Good afternoon from yammybtv. Wishing you all well today. Sending loads of love as usual, and sending more love down here from Scotland, which I'm enjoying immensely. I went down the beach earlier, 6 o'clock this morning. Very lonesome, but very, very peaceful. I got more hellos on that beach than I do in London. But yeah, it was very, 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 very nice down there, and I hope to go again. We'll go in Edinburgh shortly. I'll be settling down there. And look to just enjoy the few days and the week ahead down here. And I'll be visiting certain sites, even though I don't know of many or can't remember. I've got a few to show me around about where to go and what to see. So I'll keep you all updated. But talking about yesterday, young Devon, who's asked me before, and I felt the need to answer him this time. He was asking about Jamaican origin, Jamaican countrymen or women coming across to Britain from Jamaica. We're not talking British born, we're talking coming from Jamaica over here for whatever reasons, to find a new life, to find your family, to settle down with family, to find love, to find work, or the political madness that was going on there, to escape that and come over here and very much alone without anybody, it's fair to say. But yes, Devon, I met them all. And Yardy Ron in the old days, when he first came, he was one of his first of his kind as well. And then there was Trinity, and then there was Jano, and then there was what's his name, the other one as well. Oh God, it was murdered. Finan Barry, yeah, I remember him. Definitely 100%. I'll explain that to you one day again, Devon. But one time we was on the Isle of Wight, and it was a football game. And you know, Jamaicans got the hype and the noise and the lyrics and the camaraderie to brighten up a lot of stuff, you know, in prison. You know, because some of the words that come out are very, very funny, and you know they've got good energy. The majority, as from what I know, and being brought up as well, the God-fearing factor as well. But yeah, let me tell you about the Isle of Wight and Finn and Barry. Everyone was out there on the football pitch, right, watching football. So we're talking about the fans on the sidelines, and everybody was standing there. Devon, some well-known names as well, like 9, 10 handed there, but Finan was there on his own, and they were shouting, "Kill this murder!" They were doing everything they could possibly. And I looked at him, and I said, "What are you saying, Finn?" He said to me, "All of them are murderers, they ain't done nothing." I just started laughing, but he was a funny one, he was. It looked like they were all scared of him as well. But yeah, further along the journey, many times along the years, I've been around Jamaican men and had a lot of camaraderie with them. You know, it was a group of countrymen that I kind of hanged around with, and did like, you know, the joys and the energy that comes from it all, but also, you know, in that environment can be very, very serious. So Swellside, for instance, that was the first time I saw a group congregating together. You know, now there's gangs of all different countrymen and in our jails around the country. But Jamaicans, the first time I ever witnessed a big crowd where somebody's got their own gang kind of thing, where they all get on and they're all talking and they're all over there. And then during that time, remember Killer? I don't know, rest in peace. I think he was a funny one as well. He used to want to war with everyone in Swellside. Oh my God! But I got along with him as well. Funny that. Killer. But I used to say to him, "Why? How could you have a name like Killer? Don't you think that's going to bring a bit of heat onto you by people shouting Killer, Killer, Killer?" I said, "So what are you going to say then when they ask you why do they call you Killer?" And he said to me, "Because I'm a killer with the ladies." That's what he said, or was that what he was going to go and tell them when the shit hits the fan? But during that time in Swellside, I'll always remember when it came to the sports day, then we got the Jamaican contingent won everything. Pecos, one of my favourites of all time. Cool, calm, humble. There was Twitch and all. Everybody was there that time as well. And sadly, loads have gone back to Jamaica and died pretty early as soon as they got back. And they were fighting extradition or deportation. So you have to wonder why. You know, that they must have known, maybe, not setting the cat amongst the pigeons, that, you know, there were problems for themselves there. Wrong or right, we don't know. But I find it quite sad, really, that you can do a prison sentence and then go away after you've completed it, when you maybe want to start a new life, when you've learnt a new way, and you don't get a chance to make amends and have a chance of living, because the dramas and the serious nature of who's after you and who's involved, you know, is going to end pretty clinically. to be honest. But yeah, in Swellside, that Pecos, Devon, he was proper stuff, and footballer as well. I'll never forget the day when we had to play all of them, and they held their own that day as well. But I learned a lot from that group, and I was around it quite heavily as well. But Swellside, everybody was there. But the Cates, yep, the real the big sentence ones, 30, 40 years, and 25 and 30s in gangs and getting convicted, and some for 2 murders, some for 3 murders allegedly. But I'll never forget the time when it was my turn to fall out with one of the big ones, B. And I'd been, as we know, I was a greedy bastard. I used to walk around. They used to come and get me sometimes in their little one-off things and say, "Yammy, follow me." And I'll say to them, "Yeah, well, what's in it for me?" kind of thing. And then I'd go education, walk behind them like I'm some kind of security and enforcer. So I had all that, and I did all that, and didn't mind doing it all either. I'll never forget the day when B lost his allegedly told everyone he's lost, someone stolen something out of his room, a piece of jewelry, and he came to me in the morning, but really I didn't believe him that it was lost, but he might have misplaced it and then realised and thought it's that Yammy, because I had run into him and taken things in the past, the weeks ahead of that, and there were a lot of dramas between me and him. So he's called me down. He said to me, "Yammy, I know it's you." So there were 5 of them waiting there, and I get on all with all. Right, so they didn't want to look at me because they knew that if he didn't find the jewelry, then it was going to go off, and then they've got to choose a side. But I had 2 men waiting out there, John B and T. They were waiting outside the door, but I said leave it. So his 5, but our group, the Jamaicans, they're saying to him, "Search properly." So he's pulling out everything, undoing the cloth, undoing the clothes, looking through the sugar bits, thinking where under the pillow he's pulled a jumper and it's fallen out. Everyone has got the hump now because it basically it's first thing in the morning, and he's talking war with me, but really what he's calling war for now isn't really reasonable because he's found his thing, so therefore there shouldn't be no beef. But I was unhappy from him calling me down and to ask me such a thing in front of people, but they all just left him. They kissed their teeth and shook their head and kind of spudded me, Yammy, and I said to him, "Boy, you said bang." So we ended up scuffling, trading a little bit. It was easy with the hands. With him, I was winning that. And then the wrestle started. We ended up, but he fell down the bottom of the bed. And then John B becoming a legend, that serious geezer, proper stuff as well. Came in, separated. It said blah blah blah. If Yammy wants to have a one-on-one, I said no. But he came outside and started talking to everyone bad. I said, "Nah, leave it. They're all right." It's just one of those things that happen in prison. Another time, I got surrounded by a few, but they give me loads of squeezes as well, Devon. I got on, me personally, having been brought up mostly Jamaican and black orientation, I understand it fully well. And it's just so sad, And the other thing as well, Devon, what made me laugh, there was this myth about Jamaican men can't really have a fist fight. So they're so used to that, that rumor about they're naked in prison without their gun, and they're not the same. They can't, they can't be the way they was. No one can, but at the end of the day, when you come to prison, it's a new set of rules. So they've got to relearn, because when he was holding me, when we was having this fight, afterwards they asked him how the fight went in the cell, and he said he won. And they said, "How did you win?" And he said he was holding me. They said, "No, you don't win fights by holding," right? But that myth could be wrong because I've seen Jamaican men very, very strong physically, and it's the same with any race. Some can fight, some can't, some don't want to, some haven't bothered to, or some are just so used to when they get angry they've got weapons beside them. But you can come seriously and unstuck in there, and many of those that I talk about had to take little violations in, and then on the second time they weren't taking no violation again, because everybody, the thing with prison, Devon, is everybody's going to wind you up if you lose one, or if someone's badded you up, or someone's got the better of you in some sort of way. Some men lie down on their beds for years waiting to get a chance to put the first fight right. You know what I mean? But the only thing as well, they fight amongst themselves a lot, which I found over the years as well. And it seems like with outsiders, they wouldn't be so forceful. Amongst themselves, they would hurt each other more in that kind of way. But at the same time, most can get on as well. But in reality, no. It's a very, very, very. What was I going to say? Oh shit! I was going to say something. Yeah, I was going to say that. So that time as well when they came for me. Jim, I took off all my clothing. I said, well, come on in, kill you. But I was in the wrong. But they were standing there, but it caused a big drama. But they all loved me, all helped me. And a couple of them as well. I will do one for you soon, Devon, the baddest or whatever, in that life of what I thought. But I have to be really careful how I word things in these things. The Johnsons and the Burgers, I've been on both sides in some kind of way. So I can't say that I'm united to one or the other, Devon, but it's fair to say that I worked in that old life for both of them. And I liked a lot of them on both sides. And what a sad story that is. Because we realise as we get older, Devon, that all the wars and all the things that happened when you get older, you realise it was a complete waste of time and for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, I've got more on the Yardie Jamaicans. Just give me some time to think, Dev. But this one was for you. And sending loads of love to everybody as well down there.